I'm 3 on your side's Gary Harper. A Peoria man says he found himself caught up in a very well-organized scam, and he wound up losing a lot of money. It involves online purchases. Here's how the scam works.
Yeah, here's one of my favorites. This is a Mickey Mantle.
Steve Caldone is a sports enthusiast with quite a story.
And Robinson signs it out as usual.
And while meeting celebrity sports figures, Steve always makes sure to get their autographs on something.
I've met Muhammad Ali several times, Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle, Sandy Koufax, Hank Aaron.
Whether it's cards, boxing gloves, or pictures.
Bob Cousy, Jim Brown, Clint Eastwood. Here's a nice Gordie Howe.
So when Steve came across this Michael Jordan NBA card being sold for just over $1,600, he knew he had to have it and agreed to pay the seller using his credit card. The seller then claimed he would use FedEx to ship the item, but Steve says it never arrived.
So after 3 or 4 days, I send the seller a message and I say, can you please tell me the status of the shipment? And I don't hear back.
Crickets.
Right. And then when I go back to his page the next day, he's not a member anymore. His page is gone.
FedEx documents indicate not only was the item shipped overnight, but someone actually signed for it. Someone with the last name Wyatt. But Steve says he's never heard that name before and contacted FedEx.
I give them the tracking information and they say to me, well, this is not you. This doesn't have your name on it and it's not your address. So I said, well, who is it? And they said, well, we can't tell you, but we can assure you it's not you.
Turns out it was all a well-orchestrated scam. According to Steve, the Michael Jordan NBA card probably never even existed. As for the seller, he most likely sent an empty envelope through FedEx and then changed the shipping address.
And what I've gathered is that the initial shipment starts off with your name and address, but at some point the scammer goes into their FedEx account and changes the address.
When the item is delivered to the second address and signed for by someone who thinks they just got a package, the scam is completed. That's because Steve is unable to successfully dispute the $1,600 credit card charge. Why? Well, because bank investigators say the FedEx documents indicate the item was delivered and signed for.
So while you're sitting at home waiting for a package for 3 or 4 or 5 days, it shows up at its destination, which is not you, and it appears that it's been received.
At 3 on Your Side's request, FedEx is now investigating the issue. I also reached out to Steve's bank, and after providing them with additional FedEx documentation, I asked them to reopen Steve's fraud dispute. They did, and after reviewing the paperwork, they returned all of Steve's money. Steve says without 3 on Your Side, it never would have happened.
I am absolutely glad that I contacted 3 on Your Side. What I tried to accomplish in 1 month, you guys were able to accomplish in 3 days. So I'm very happy with the result.
And this is even better news. Listen to this. This viewer is not only getting back $1,600 from his bank, but he's also getting an additional $1,600 because he fell for this exact same scam a week earlier. So in all, his bank is returning $3,200. I'm Gary Harper, 3 on Your Side.